What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our match reaction here on Anfield Agenda after Liverpool beat both Bournemouth and the PGMOL by 3-1. I'm going to take you through my thoughts on the game. Of course, I want you guys to let me know yours in the comment section. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do, and drop a like on the stream. Right, there's a lot I need to get off my chest. Firstly, I'm getting sick of being absolutely shafted by officials week after week after week. It is no coincidence that Paul Tierney and his mate Constantine were in the VAR room for this game. And of course, there was no talk of looking at the ridiculous red card challenge. That was never in 100 years a red card. It was at best a yellow. And I'm getting sick of it. It is gone beyond a joke. It is unacceptable that we have to be subjected to this level of poor officiating week after week. And it doesn't matter what club you support, you will have your own very fair and very obvious nonsense that you have to put up with from these clowns. And that's what they are, clowns. How on earth can anybody with a straight face look at that and say red card? It's ridiculous. McAllister could be out for 3 games now. But even after that, even after all of their attempts to shaft us, Liverpool still beat Bournemouth by 3-1. Goals from Mohamed Salah, Diogo Jota and Lucho Diaz get the job done. And I'm relieved and I'm happy that it's 3 points in the bank. We get off to a good start at home in the campaign. But we can't ignore these officials. They are destroying the game with their blatant bias. And I don't know how anybody can hide behind it. Please, it doesn't matter if you're a United fan or an Arsenal fan or whoever you support. You will have your own very fair and very hurtful instances that these officials have shafted you. And that is another one for us. And this is week 2. No penalty in week 1 for a blatant handball. And a red card for nothing in week 2. Thankfully, Diogo Jota popped up with a third goal to give us a bit of breathing room, and we got over the line. Alisson Becker, absolutely outstanding today, sir. Thank you. Brilliant goalkeeper. One of the best in the world. Phenomenal saves from Alisson. But it shouldn't have to be this. It shouldn't have to be a backs to the wall job at times to just get over the officials. It's a joke. Bricktop said, do you think Webb and his refs have it in for us? You'd have to say that it happens way too much for it to be acceptable, let alone a coincidence. I'm furious. I'm delighted with our boys to get the win. And look, we do have a lot to go through, and I'm going to ask you for your opinion on a lot of things. Have your say in the man of the match poll. It is live right now. We have asked you guys for your man of the match. The options are Szoboszlai, Alisson, Diaz, or other. Over to you guys to have your say. I'm going to take you through my thoughts on the game now. But before I do, my friends, just got to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Surfshark. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to change your location and access websites in other countries around the world and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Surfshark lets you travel virtually around the world with the tap of a finger. For example, using Surfshark, we here in Ireland can access other countries' Netflix libraries, UK services such as BBC iPlayer and other streaming services like DAZN in Spain for those all-important football club packages. Surfshark also keeps you safe and secure by protecting everything you do online. When your device connects to the internet, Surfshark basically I was going to say corrupts that information, but basically breaks up and makes that information in a way blurred out. That's the word I'm looking for. Surfshark's particularly useful for you if you're out and about in public Wi-Fi, if you're in college or at a cafe, something like that. And Surfshark allows you to use your subscription on unlimited devices, and you can even share it with friends and family. So, as I said, very, very cheap. And on top of all of that, they give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can upgrade to Surfshark One as well, which offers VPN and alert system for breaches related to your data, such as emails and credit cards, and antivirus software on your desktop. Our sign-up offer gives you Surfshark for just over €2 per week, and an additional 3 months extra free. Simply scan the QR code on the screen or use the link in the description and put in the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. Right. Surfshark works a dream, said Luke Clark. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate that. Appreciate you using the service and I hope you enjoy it. But look, lads, Couple of things, right? Firstly, the start of that game defensively was pathetic. It was unacceptable, and I don't know what on earth Trent was at. He got a warning when he got away with it when the first goal was ruled out, and correctly ruled out for offside. Then not a minute later, he switches off again, and we give the ball away, edge of the box, no challenges, and Brighton score, Brentford score, Bournemouth score even. There you go, Bournemouth score. Any team with B will do at this point, Craig. Bournemouth score, and we're again less than 4 minutes on the clock, and we're up against it. But we found a way back into the game, and the lads, bit by bit, found solutions, and we outscored them. And for the rest of the game, solid enough. Alisson made some great saves. I just can't get past that red card. It is all kinds of scandalous. Zed, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, mate. JC Galvanil has gifted 5 Anfield Agenda memberships, so again, thank you for that, my man. ZM or said Szoboszlai is crazy good. Same with Diaz. Endo wasn't too bad, and Big Verge back too. The officials are blind as bats. Look, I'm just fuming, lads. Absolutely fuming at what we've seen there again from the officials. Endo held his position, disrupted their attack, said Aspendika. Thank you for the super chat. And look, I'm interested to hear what Jurgen Klopp says in the post-match interview about that red card. Because, look, let me ask you, do you think it was a red card? I don't know if everybody in this chat's a Liverpool fan, but I'm going to ask you straight up, do you think it's a red card? Because for me, it's a yellow and nothing else. It does look like Trent was limping, by the way, after he was taken off, so that could be something to be concerned about. We'll keep you up to date. Szoboszlai is dirty. He's a natural baller. Over the moon, we got him. Endo had a good, calm, solid debut. McAllister, red was absolutely shite, said Joe. Need the core ray, you'll never walk alone. Thank you, Joe. And yeah, delighted we got Szoboszlai as well, mate. He's a baller, a proper high-level operator. Trent hobbled off, said you're networking. Yes, it's a bit worrying. It is. Yeah, I can't lie, mate. It is a bit worrying, but we'll have to wait for the update from Jurgen on Trent. Taj Gaming OCE said, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my man. It was probably a yellow, said Stevie C, with regards to the challenge. Verge had a good game, said Matthias the Graph. Trent looked like he had an ankle issue, said John Hamilton. Never in a million years a red, said Brett Pierce. And lads, I'm fuming with it. I'm just sick of it. Sick of these officials. I hope Trent hasn't done any damage, said Leanne. Yeah, hopefully we get some positive news from Kloppo Leanne on Trent's situation. How was Endo today? Didn't watch the game, said Lloydie. It took him a while to get into it, Lloydie, when he came on. Remember, he came into a game where we were down to 10. But as the game went on, you could see him doing his bit. Simple things. Winning the ball, playing little 5-10 yard passes. Exactly what he's brought in to do. And I've no doubt that now with McAllister having gotten a red card and we're travelling to Newcastle next week, Jurgen will probably give him the start. Good to have Bajcetic back on the bench today as well. But again, I would just say give Endo time. Give him a chance. Get behind him. Let him settle into the league, the team, the city. Benjamin Alfred, thank you my friend, said, will Alexis' red card be downgraded or is it an instant 3-match ban? Endo looked in need of match fitness, but I liked his positioning. Really compact in the mid and stayed put. Salah, poor again. Yes, with Salah, poor again. And he was doing, like, when we say Salah poor, he got into the right positions, but the striking of the ball needs to be worked on. Like, very tame in his shooting at times. And there's a very valid case to look at the penalty taker situation now. I think it's 3 and 6 or something like that he's missed. But he scored. Fair play for the rebound and following it in. And I believe it's going to be a straight 3-match ban for McAllister. And look, will we appeal it? Let's wait and see. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't even be in this position because it should never have been given. Does Trent need competition? Yes. And he will get some. Bradley will give him a little bit of competition, or at least give us an alternative when he returns to full fitness. Salah's age catching up to him, said Zach. Look, I'm okay with Salah not scoring as many goals as he previously did, because he will still help us out massively. He's a very clever player, and he's starting to add some assists to his game. And that sometimes happens when players get a little bit older. Sometimes they need to tweak their game a bit. And it's all right. I'm happy with Mohamed Salah. But, you know, he does... Some of the shooting is a bit... You would expect a bit better. Szoboszlai looked amazing, said K Games. Yeah, look, are we all agreeing Szoboszlai's without a doubt the man of the match? He was phenomenal. He's being interviewed there now by Sky. He was brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. 3 red cards today already, said Baz. Szoboszlai gives me hope. We need more signings ASAP, said Wade Nelson. Darwin needs to start. Yeah, Diogo Jota wasn't great. He got himself a very good goal today and following it in, which is what you want your centre forward to do. But there were times in the first half in particular where I think we were all very frustrated with Diogo Jota. He just wasn't... He's not repaying the manager's faith for starting him, in my opinion. And you've got to say, let's give Darwin a chance. Craig, I missed the McAllister alteration call. Was it a penalty? McAllister's nothing to do with the penalty, mate. No. The McAllister one was centre of the park. Well, inside our half. And no, it was actually inside the Bournemouth half. They were playing now. And McAllister came in. Their player cleared the ball. And he connected with his calf. And it was a yellow. Like, he looked astonished when the referee pulled out a red. The refs this season have been awful. That's just, they're awful, mate. It's nothing to do with this season. Pick a club, and I guarantee you they already... Anybody who's played 2 games or more, and I guarantee their fans will already have a couple of instances from these clowns of officials who've shafted them again. And again, it's like, I'm going to read this out to you. 1 second. Just so, you know, you think I'm deluded, fair enough, but... Was it Connor or... So David Maddock was there covering the game. He said, no prizes for guessing who the VAR and his assistant are. It's only Paul Tierney and Konstantin Hadziakis. You know, the lad who elbowed Andy Robertson and got no charge brought to him. Could this pair be more obvious? The Premier League now really needs to take a serious look at what's going on with their officials. And when you've got journalists starting to say this, do you know what? It's a joke. It's a joke. You deserve better. I deserve better. And those players and our manager deserve better than a group of officials who week after week try to find a way to shaft us. They're not doing their job. There's obvious inherent bias in some of their decisions. It's a joke. How could it be a red card? Bud, your guess is as good as mine. It's crazy. Are you serious? Those two? Yeah, those two, Rav. Remember the incident with Andy Robertson last year? Remember that? Yeah, him again. Who's your man of the match? Szoboszlai, mate. I think Dominic. And it's a great sign from what's to come from the lad. He's a proper player, isn't he? That was not a red card, but it was also not a penalty. Ah, come on, mate. How was it not a penalty? I mean, on what planet do you think he wasn't fouled? Really? Like, put the nonsense aside. It was a blatant penalty. You could see it. Szoboszlai was done. He kicked him on the shin. Penalty every day of the week. Will Trent be okay for the next fixture? Yes. I know the stream's lagging a bit, lads. I can't do anything about that at the moment. I know it's lagging. Saying it to me doesn't make me able to do that. Szoboszlai man of the match. I think he was brilliant. I agree. No pen for hacking someone's shins in the box. I know, it was a blatant penalty and I don't understand how anybody could argue over that penalty. Szoboszlai did play for it. Oh, I'll give you that. I will give you that. He did play for it. Yeah, how do you feel about Salah's performance? That's a good conversational point. How long is the timeout? For McAllister, Elijah, I think it will be a 3-game ban, mate. I think it'll be a 3-game ban. Szoboszlai didn't have any contact for the penalty. Well, he kind of did, mate. I've seen the angle. There's one angle that's an angle that makes it look like he didn't, and there's 2 angles that show he was clearly kicked. So I don't know what the bias is to want to say it wasn't a penalty. It was absolutely a penalty. First the handball against Chelsea, second the Wolves penalty, now this, said Orby X Squid. It's going to happen again really without any thought process as to maybe this won't look good. Maybe the optics of this situation won't be great. They don't care. It's a joke. Watch it back. I have watched it back. I've seen the replays. I have a big screen in front of me that shows the game. I've seen it. Penalty, 100%. Nothing's going to change my mind. Nailed on. Stonewall. Every day of the week. 100% penalty. What the fuck is going on with my internet connection, lads? This is not good enough. Bro, you got bamboo shoots for internet cables? Yeah, mate. I've got one gigabyte internet, but yeah, bamboo shoots. You ever think that perhaps it might be not me, or it could be YouTube? But yes, I have fantastic broadband, mate. It's very, very, very fast. But I can't help it if there's an inherent bit of lagging every now and again on YouTube. I'm going to switch broadbands. Right, we should be back. I've changed the Wi-Fi. Is Luis Diaz injured? I don't know. Trent potentially. It's Todd Bowley, Shaft and Craig. Maybe. It wasn't a penalty. Okay, Will. You keep crying about that, Will. It was 100% a penalty. But I don't know what to say to you, my man. It was definitely a penalty. I don't even see how it's a debate. Liverpool fan here, just know that if the pen was against us, we would say it's a dive. Mo, sadly underrated. Even when he's down, he's an insane playmaker. I wouldn't say it's a dive, mate, because I 100% seen the kick on his shin. I don't understand. It's a kick on his shin. In what world is it not a penalty? My mic's broke. Should be fine. No connection issues on the mic. Next match, if Trent is down, Alisson, Gomez, Canade, Virgil, Robbo, Endo, Szoboszlai, Gakpo. Thank you, Arthur, for your super chat. It's going to be a big call for Jurgen if he plays Endo at sorry, I'm getting distracted because people are messaging me left, right and centre. There we go. Don't worry, mic's back. It's not the mic, it was the lag. And when I disconnected the mic, it defaults to another microphone. And that's the microphone that's built into the iMac. So now I'm back on my real microphone. Calm. When I disconnected the mic a minute ago, it defaults to another mic, which is the inbuilt one in the computer, which is crap. So I had to just reconnect it. But we're all good. Anyway, sorry. Apologies about that. My sincere apologies. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. The big question for me is, and I'd love to know your thoughts on this, do you think that the gaffer will go at Endo against Newcastle? Because it's going to be a big call, right? It's going to be a very, very tough game up against Newcastle next week. And if McAllister is going to be ruled out, which it looks like he's going to be, it's a big call, right, for the gaffer. Like, do you go Endo, Szoboszlai, hopefully Jones is back, and then go with Gakpo through the middle, Diaz on the left and Salah on the right? That's probably what I feel like we should do. But it's a big call. It is a big call. Like, maybe he looks at Thiago or Bajcetic, perhaps, depending on if Thiago's fit and back. Bajcetic, obviously, back in the squad today. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Opinions on Endo so far? It's hard to have many. You know, he came into a situation where we were 10 men, you know, when he came on. He had to get up to speed quickly. There was more space appearing through the centre as we went to 10. And I think he did relatively well. Took him a few minutes to get into it. But I think he'll be alright. I don't want Trent near the midfield. Don't even dare say to me Trent in midfield. Did you not see the first few minutes of the game when he was in that central position and he basically gave away 2 goals, only for one of them was offside? I don't want Trent anywhere near the 6 against Newcastle. They would dance through our midfield. Yeah, they'd walk through us if Trent was in the 6. I don't want him anywhere near the 6 ever again, please. The ref needs to be called out, yes. Goku, I'm with you on that, 100%. Am I watching United Spurs? Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this in a few minutes. I'm going to do my player ratings and then I'm going to grab a shower and watch the United Spurs game. Let's hear what talk show I have to say about the Reds. So, Rav, Mike Dean's already been on Sky and on the Soccer Saturday show, and he said he thinks it was a red. I don't get that at all, man. I just don't. Salah needs to stop taking penalties. I agree, Liam. And it doesn't, like... some people need to grow up and understand that we can be critical of a player on a certain aspect and still love him. And we all love Mo. But I think I'm right in saying 3 from his last 6 now he's missed. And that's not great. A 50% success rate from your last 6 is not filling us with confidence. We've got Szoboszlai, we've got McAllister, we've got Trent, we've got really good strikers of a ball. So I think it's a fair conversation to say, when do we take Salah off penalties? There'd be 5 sending offs a match if that's a red card, said YBN Marinara. I'm with you on that, my friend. Mike Dean just backing his boys. Well, it's important to remember, Anthony, as well. Nobody loved the red card more than Mike Dean. Mike Dean was the red card merchant of referees. Is Diaz injured? I don't know yet, lads. I don't know. Trent looked like he was definitely limping when he was going off, but I don't know yet on what the story is with Lucho. We'll have to wait for an update, and I hope we get one soon. Salah's performance career going downhill. It's too early. I'm not going to get sucked into that conversation yet. It is too early to start being critical of Mo, but there is still improvements that we hope to see from him this season. But like with Verge, without pressure on him, without having somebody there chomping at the bit, trying to take the shirt off his back, it's not going to push him on. He needs to have competition, and so does Verge, which is why it's important we bring in a left-sided centre-back. First the handball against Chelsea, then the Wolves penalty, and now this. Yep, we've been shafted, mate, by the refs over and over. And it won't be just us. I'm not trying to say it's only Liverpool. Every club's fans will have their own very valid opinions on refereeing decisions that have been blatantly wrong. Looked like Trent twisted his ankle when he landed going for the defensive header. Yeah, he was pointing down there, mate. You're right. He was pointing in that area. Marcus said Diaz was able to walk off normally and should be okay. Right, my friends, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to go and record my player ratings video. But I am now going to be off until Monday night, so probably won't see you guys tomorrow unless there's anything happening with regards to a signing. So until then, thank you so much for being with us. Keep an eye out for the player ratings video, going to be coming up soon. It's fair to say our Anfield Agenda man of the match today was Dominic Szoboszlai. An impressive performance from him on his home debut. Never a red card, but thankfully 3 goals, a victory, and we move on to Newcastle next week. Much love to you all. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you head off. Drop a like on the video, and again, thank you to our sponsor, Surfshark. See you for the player ratings. Take care. Enjoy your